how can I just never get sick?
That part does not get any easier.
The toes, oh man, the toes, right?
Absolute
Just
pain
we messed up from the start.
emotionally. That makes sense.
What got me into ice baths? 2015 saw the Wim Hof documentary about how he used both breath work and cold therapy or cold plunge or whatever to fight off all sorts of weird illnesses. Or what did he do? He like poisoned himself and then he would use it to
No, is that where they actually showed him in the hospital?
yeah
He did viruses.
virus. Okay, so they
Mhm.
would inject viruses into him, and he would show how that would help him fight it off, whatever. So I was like, oh, that's cool, but I didn't really think much of it honestly. Then back a few years after that, 2019, I think it started getting more mainstream. Before I think it was just him pretty much, right? Or athletes or professional athletes.
Well, I find it interesting that the illness and immunity stuck with you because what I remember from the documentary was how it helped him cope with depression and the loss of his wife and just doing hard things. So, really, but you pushed us into the ice bath. I don't think I would have thought to do it ourselves, but I feel like you decided to let's try it.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it was I was big into the immune benefits of it. That was the main thing that I think that I was looking for from it. I know they talk about recovery and all this other stuff, but I think mine was how can I just never get sick? That was kind of the goal.
You were into that, I will say.
Still am.
So, do you actually remember the first time you ever got in the ice bath?
Yeah, I remember it very clearly because it was so painful that I stepped in and jumped out immediately, and wasn't even able to sit down or submerge at all in the ice bath. I think I was able to work up to standing in it for a couple seconds, but that was pretty much it the first time.
I love that you remember the first time you got in it. I don't know that I necessarily remember that. I definitely remember the first week. I probably did not last more than 30 seconds, but yeah, that's all I
Well,
got.
and I remember that both of us, you especially, we kind of figured out the way to get in at first where you still do this, I think.
Mhm.
We would figure out a way to kind of climb into it to where we just lower our body into it without our hands and feet, right?
Yeah.
You got the visual? Is that weird?
Yeah.
Um, that way our hands and feet wouldn't actually touch the water because we found that that was by far the worst part.
That's the hardest part.
I mean, by far, it wasn't even close. Like
Mm.
the toes, oh man, the toes, the feet, the toes, and the hands just hurt. Like I mean, I can't even explain it. Like
Absolute
just
pain.
pain is just the only way to describe it. Which I guess looking back and we'll touch on in a second is was probably our fault. But we figured out a way to kind of shimmy our bodies in where our hands and feet wouldn't get in, and we were able to stay in for longer. But it took us weeks, months. It took you many months to be able to actually get our feet and hands all the way in for like the full, 2 minutes or whatever we were doing at the time because it was just so painful.
Yeah, it definitely, my feet, I could get in first, but then it definitely took a few months to actually work to get my hands to stay in there the whole time.
Yeah, there's even I think you even would like put your hands in for 15
That's
seconds and
exactly what I
then
would do.
and then pull it out. And I think this all sounds kind of painful and terrifying and weird, but I think the reason why it hurt so bad is probably because we messed up from the start. Um,
And how did we mess up?
we messed up bad from the start. So we actually almost stopped doing ice baths altogether because it not only wasn't really helping us or making us feel better, it was making us feel pretty bad for the first weeks, right? I mean, it was at least for weeks, maybe longer.
Um, I think I think it may be a couple weeks, but we did 2 things wrong.
What was the second? Well, what was the second thing?
Well, we did like 3 to 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, well, we stayed in too long. Yes, we stayed in too long, and the water was way too cold.
Way too cold.
So I think
We're
part of
talking
it.
like what, 35 degrees?
Well, when we tried to get as close, yeah, I mean it was low 30s for sure. Like I think our theory was if it didn't have some ice kind of on the top that you had to break,
Mm,
that it wasn't really cold enough. And I
that's
don't know if that
true.
was just from the videos that you'd see online, or it
Psychological.
just looked cooler or made you feel like it was colder. But I remember that was part of our thing. It was like, oh, it should have ice. It should be partly frozen. So I mean, it was way too cold, way too early, and we stayed in way too long. So it was causing us to, I mean, genuinely not feel good. I mean, when we would get out, we'd still feel
Oh,
okay.
I think we felt
Like
great.
we'd feel good, but then later, like almost every afternoon,
We need a nap.
we'd be exhausted
Mhm.
and like not just sleepy. I mean, I remember it was like our my body felt exhausted.
Yeah, it wasn't like that afternoon slump you can get. It was something more extreme than that.
Yeah. It wasn't just like, oh, we need to take a quick nap. It was like, no, my body's exhausted. And
Mhm.
and for weeks we couldn't really figure out why. But then I remember one day we were like, maybe we're just doing it way too cold or way too
Or
long.
too long. Yeah.
Or too quick. I mean, because a lot of it is that we went from 0 to that immediately. So that was kind of our fault. We probably shouldn't have just kind of jumped into it so fast. So pretty quickly we found that out, and then I don't remember
I
what we
don't
did.
yeah, I honestly I don't think we made it warmer. I just think we started doing 2 minutes.
Well, we did
We did
less
not
time.
do more time.
And we definitely eventually started warming it up.
Yeah.
Now we do it much warmer.
A lot warmer.
We do it warmer and even shorter. I do it much shorter than I used to because we found that those are the two things that kind of really affected it.
Mhm. So we've been doing this now for what, 5+ years? And what's interesting is some weeks it gets easier, but I feel like it's still mentally challenging just to actually get your body into the ice bath.
Yeah.
It doesn't that part does not get any
That's
easier.
my hardest part by far is just wanting to like make myself get in.
Mhm.
Once I'm in, I feel like it's
Which
fine.
is crazy because we've been doing it for the fact that it's
Yeah.
still and that's why I kinda love it. I love it because it's still mentally challenging.
Yeah, I mean, you get used to it more over time, right? Like, we could put our hands and feet in. My body kind of knows what to expect. I don't like hyperventilate or anything
Mhm.
or breathe too hard. That part gets easier over time, wouldn't you? I
Mhm.
mean, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely, your body definitely adapts to the cold,
Yeah,
for sure.
but the brain still doesn't want to
But
get in.
it still hates every part of getting into the ice bath. But I will say what doesn't change is how good you feel every time. You feel so energized every time you get out. It's the best feeling. Like, you never regret getting into that ice bath.
No, that's true. So did it give you the effects that you were hoping for?
Oh,
Like what
absolutely.
has it done for you over all these 5 years?
So, one of the things about the ice bath that it's hard to measure whether or not it's actually effective, but that kind of changed for me when during COVID, because they say, it's supposed to help your mental health. Well, obviously COVID was a hard time for everybody. And you actually got COVID and we couldn't go to on my family trip that I was so looking forward to. And I will say the ice bath was probably the one thing that really helped me get through that time period. I could actually measure a difference in my mood. Just putting my brain through something hard, it couldn't focus on what I couldn't do emotionally. That makes sense?
Um, I'm a guy, so no, not really, but, um, I mean, sure. She's told me this before. I mean, yes, I guess it makes
I mean,
sense.
I feel like COVID was a hard year for everybody. And that time period, that 2 weeks, I mean, I could probably say I was depressed. And that really did help pull me out.
Yeah, I mean, that was those are that and energy would probably be the 2 things that I noticed that actually improved,
Mhm.
that I could definitely be like, "Oh, yeah, that helped for sure." Because when you get out of the ice bath, you feel good.
Mm.
Like, you feel energized. I'm able to be, more focused with work or whatever I'm doing to where I don't know, you just feel better. You feel more energized. The other stuff, immune system specifically and other things, maybe not, I'm not really sure. There was a time during 2020, 2021 that, I thought that I just couldn't get sick if I was doing ice baths, which was pretty great,
Which
but
you didn't.
which I didn't, but I realized why is because we just didn't see anybody
It's
during
true.
that time. Everything was shut down, so you never really,
There weren't any germs.
yeah, you couldn't really get out and get sick. Once we started hanging out with people again and our kids started getting sick, I started getting sick from time to time. And so I kind of realized, oh, okay, I don't think it really has done that much for my immune system. Recovery wise, I didn't see a huge difference necessarily. But the mood and the energy for sure.
And I will say that when it comes to immunity, you say we get sick, but I will say our illnesses are nothing compared to what we see other people go through. Like we can still work out. We might feel a little unwell, but we have never been so sick we need to medicate or stay in bed all day.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if that's from ice baths, though, is what I'm
I
saying.
mean, that's true. We have a
I think it's
healthy,
probably from everything else.
could be
I
a
haven't
combination
seen
of
it.
everything.
It didn't change for me when I put the ice bath in.
Okay.
Like, I feel like that was the case before as well. So I guess we should talk a little bit about cold showers.
Hmm.
So I do think cold showers, at least for what I use them for, which is for energy boost
Hmm.
and mood boost, that sort of thing. I think that they would give you the majority of the benefits.
Oh, for sure. I've heard people do the cold shower experiment, and it definitely helped with mood. So
Yeah. No, yeah. So I think totally could get away with that. The only kind of the situation where I would say that an ice bath is a must is for someone like me
mm,
who who hates cold showers.
yeah,
I cannot. I can't do them. I just and not that I can't do them, but I just know I've just learned that I won't consistently do them.
well, that's good. It's
You
good to
will.
know.
You can do them.
Well, yeah, but it's good to know what your limits are and what you would do and not do. So that's great.
Okay, so just a couple little quick hitters here about kind of our verdict and what we think about it. Is an ice bath worth it to get?
Yes, I do believe it is.
I would say yes. I would say doing ice baths, cold plunges, or even cold showers, if you decide to do that, are worth it.
It really starts your day off.
It does. No, I mean, yeah, and for me, like I said, it gets my day, like my energy and stuff for work, much higher, and it
Mhm.
makes me more efficient at
Yeah.
least.
Almost like motivated for the day.
Yeah, I mean, it makes my work better for
Mhm.
sure. So, are we going to keep doing it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I will. I mean, we rotate it a little bit. Like there'll be times where we do it more often and sometimes less often, but we've kind of always done it at least, somewhat consistently, and we plan
I
to.
might be a little more consistent than you are.
Yeah, cat's more of an everyday type of person. I'm more of I can do a few times a week
Yeah,
and be fine with it.
sure.
If you could only pick one, because for some reason people ask this, it's kind of weird to me a little bit,
Mhm.
but I get it. If you could only pick one, sauna or an ice bath, that's all you could have. What would you pick?
This is a tough one, but I feel like since there's so much more research on the benefits of the sauna, I would probably choose that because I really do enjoy sweating and just the cleanse it provides.
Yeah, yeah, I'd pick sauna for sure. That's just one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
And yeah, just it does have more. I feel like it has more kind of a history to it. Ice baths might end up being just as good or better, but
That's
it
true.
just
But I
doesn't
got, you know
have
what?
that
But you know what's
history.
hard about that choice? Because you're choosing between a torturous session and then a relaxing one.
Kind of. Saunas can get pretty rough, which we will talk about soon.
Yeah, that's true.
They can be pretty painful, and it's much longer. Ice baths are much quicker,
That's
which is
true.
nice. So that's our experience with ice bath.
Mhm.
And the reason we honestly started doing this was because we kind of believe in community, especially like in the health and fitness space. So we want to know what you think about it. Do you do them? Do you want to do them? Do you like it? Does it help you? Does it help you in ways that it doesn't help us? We'd love to know. You gonna
Yeah.
jump in here?
Oh, yeah. We want to know.
Great.
It feels like it hurts a little bit.
Now
So
have you
it's
hit
the
a minute?
hands that are the hardest part, or the arms and hands? Everything? I don't know if I can.
You can do it. You're already
Okay, I'll do
you
it.
can do it.
Why do the arms and hands feel so much colder?
Your last little dunk.
Woo!
Yeah, girl.
Ooh, okay. Woo. Now I'll shake it off. Wow, I think the hardest part is first getting in
Yes.
and getting out.
Yeah.
Just that quick second getting out. Woo!
You did it.
That was not that bad.
So do you actually remember?
My face itches. Should we just do
Alright.
all the mess ups?
So-
Hold on, not while I'm doing this. Still. You start asking me a question when I might be necessary for everybody. But there are some instances that we would say it's a must. Why would you laugh? Why would you do that?
Everybody.
Oh my gosh. This is dumb anyways. I don't like this thing.